Well, this is the time of year when everyone is busy between the shopping, decorating, and holiday parties, not to mention the cold weather keeps us indoors. All of this combined means we may not be paying attention to what we're eating, working out, exercising. You know, the list goes on. And joining me this morning to talk all about it is fitness expert Lisa Lynn. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me. That's right.
So this is a very difficult time of year, as we mentioned
for
last
everybody.
week.
For everybody.
It is. And you have some stuff here that you're going to walk us through that hopefully will make it a little easier.
You can lose weight. And believe it or not, we had a viewer that watched us about a month ago. She's down 25 pounds from watching the tips.
Wow.
She sends me a belly shot every week, which I'm going to bring in January because even I'm like,
wow,
from these
good
tips.
for her. That's great. From these tips. All right, let's get right to those tips.
Right,
we're going to start down this end of the table.
Just bear in mind while we're having holiday festivities that this is the size of your stomach, roughly the size of a fist. And I don't make this stuff up. This is real.
Right.
So when you're eating and you think I only ate a little, you got to be really honest with yourself because I had to look this up. This is technically what a bite is.
Just that spoon right there.
A little tiny little bite. Which
it.
leads me right into my next. So you're going to a party. I have what I call a 3-bite rule.
Right.
I'm allowed 3 bites of whatever I want.
Okay.
But make no mistake, 3 bites of celery compared to 3 bites of cheese are 2 different things because this little bite of cheese is an actual serving. So while you might say I only had a little, you ate a serving. 80 calories, 60 of them come from fat.
And how many of us there's cheese and crackers, and me, I'll have 40 pieces of cheese with a cracker. I mean, then so I'm off the scale.
You know what?
Already.
I've been on here enough, and I don't make the rules, but no cheese if you really want to lose weight. This is a huge calorie expense. Now, I brought some of my chocolate balls. These are milk fat fudge. The recipe is in my book because I'm addicted to chocolate. And my choice would be, you could keep the cheese because I want in it chocolate.
Right, I agree.
This is made with a dark chocolate, kind of like a Nutella, but it's lower sugar with protein powder. So personally, I would rather eat 3 of those when I got home, or I usually bring some type of special balls treat to my parties. And like, we have them? They're gone in 2 minutes.
So if you need that chocolate fix or something sweet, you can have that, and it's not as bad for you
Point
as
being,
if you had 40
this boosts the
pieces of
metabolism.
cheese.
This slows it down. You want to gain weight? Eat cheese.
All right, very good.
Okay, into the next one. So also you need to plan your cheats in advance. If you start your morning with cheese in your eggs and egg yolks, you're done before lunchtime. So if you know you want to have a glass of wine at this party, because you should let loose a little bit on the weekends. How do you do it? Well, first you be honest. I'm a chocolate girl, you can keep this. Let's make believe this is wine. These little gulps, so this is 4 gulps, is an actual serving. And I actually did this little science experiment with my teenager. So that's about an ounce. That's 2 ounces, right? You're doing shots, you only had a little. Guess what? You had an entire serving. It counts.
So that's a serving. So
and
if you had 3 of those, you technically had 3 servings.
And what wowed me even more is this is 2 of these. And this is a very classic wine glass that you would say, I only had a glass of wine.
Right.
Point, it's wine in your waistline. You can't have both. And you're really going to store. So you can see why planning in advance, if you do this, this, and this, you didn't just have 3 bites. You up-zigged.
Exactly. That's a lot more than people think. All right, so what else do we have?
So how do you fix it?
How do you fix it?
So let's ask me, how do you fix it? How do you lose a pound a day, Lisa Lynn? When you're eating this stuff, you eat thermogenically. And thermogenic eating turns up the heat on your metabolism, so your body burns more calories. It also shuts off your appetite.
Okay, wow.
Critical. You want to shut it off before you're into this, because even the best laid plans fall.
Got it.
So very simple thing. You could eat thermogenically. This is just granulated coffee with whey protein shake that does not have carbs or sugar, because if you're eating one of the muscle milks in the morning, you're gaining weight. You're not boosting your metabolism. And you could have a bowl of vegetables before you leave. Vegetables are very thermogenic. Now, believe it or not, I think that looks pretty good. I just took some vegetables, threw them in a food processor. It
does look good.
And then I added some chunky ones for consistency, so before I leave the house, I make sure I eat my vegetables. Sometimes I'm almost annoyed because I'm too full to eat.
Got it.
It annoys me.
So these kind of things will help curb your appetite, which is key. And as we mentioned last week, if you're out shopping, you want to gorge on things, this kind of stuff will help.
Not only that, blunt your appetite and boost your metabolism. So there's a study that shows if you drink whey an hour before, especially with men, they all lost more weight doing that. So
interesting to know.
And then, if it's worth it, are you willing to exercise it off? This is something I ask myself. I am in at the chocolate table. If I'm willing to get up and do my 10,000 steps at least, or my metabolic workout, then I know it's worth the splurge, but we're talking about mindful eating.
Right, exactly. So basically, these are tips that we mentioned. Don't deny yourself. The 3-bite rule.
Don't deny yourself.
Don't deny yourself. The
And you know
3-bite
what?
rule.
Speaking of deny yourself, I go every single day. Stu Leonard gave me this cone and have a kid's cone at his store,
Right.
frozen yogurt. I learned the don't deny yourself meant that when I splurged and ate that, eating thermogenically, I didn't cheat and ravage the cabinets. I was satisfied, so I ate better.
Exactly. So there's ways to do all of this
And it's
within
doable.
reason. Exactly. And I got
Doable.
excited because I thought
I
you
know,
brought me an
isn't
ice
that-
cream cone this morning.
It's
and
magic,
fake.
right?
But anyway, Lisa, thank you very much.
Thanks for
a lot of
having
great
me.
information as we head